Listen to this episode if you catch yourself feeling like success is made for everybody else and not for you. This is something that I have a lot of conversations with other business owners about, is this idea that, yes, they see success happening, they see other people having success, they see that it's possible, but it just doesn't feel like success is actually for them. It feels like success is for everybody else. It feels like they aren't actually worthy of the results that they want, of those big dreams. They feel like they kind of are, it wasn't made for them. This is something I hear really, really often, and I want to break down what this really looks like and how we can actually use exercises to debunk this belief and how to work through it. Because truly, in order to see success, we have to at least minorly believe that it's possible, because we then take action as if it is. You feel better while you do it. You have less shame. You have less guilt. You have less doubt when you actually feel like it's possible. Hello, hello. Welcome to the Small Business Growth Podcast. I'm your host, Madison Page. I am so happy that you're here. If you're new here, we chat in a fun, conversational type of way around here. I like to say kind of like sipping coffee with a biz bestie. In our current video, we kind of are sitting and sipping coffee at my cute little bistro table. Just a reminder, you can always watch the episodes over on YouTube, subscribe over there, and we can actually have these conversations face to face. Here we teach about community building, we teach about building your business, social media, and I really like to teach in a raw, unedited type of way. I like to give raw and real and genuine business advice. If you're not new here, welcome back, girlfriend. Let's dive into this topic. The idea of like feeling worthy around success, feeling worthy for actually having this dream life, and not even worthy, like the idea that it's actually possible for you. What I hear so often is, I see this happening, but they just got lucky, or they're different than me, or they are in other situations than I am in. Things like that don't happen to people like me. Nobody in my family has ever had that, so it probably won't happen to me. I don't actually see myself ever achieving this, or my oh my gosh goal that I have no idea if it could actually possibly happen is $100,000 a year, but it probably won't. Really just the idea of, I have these goals, I want these things to happen, and I don't believe that it's even possible. I don't think that it'll ever actually happen. And really at the core of this, it is that imposter syndrome. Am I worthy of this? Do I deserve my big goals? Am I somebody that can achieve that? And I just want to say, imposter syndrome is incredibly normal. You see it every single day on TikTok with celebrities, in interviews. If you really watch a lot of celebrity interviews, they are very similar to everybody else. They all have very similar emotions. They have similar attributes. Maybe they have a very different lifestyle. They might have a lot more money than the average. They might have a much more lavish lifestyle, but that doesn't mean that they have that unique of individual experiences. They still have emotions, they still have highs, they still have lows, and they still have these doubts as if they see themselves on the screen and they're like, holy cow, what is this? I was watching an interview the other day that I actually thought was really interesting. And it was with Margot Robbie, the actress that played Barbie, if you don't know. She came out and she said, after this Barbie movie, I am going to be on the back burner. Like, don't worry. I know you're sick of seeing my face. I will be in hiding for the next year or so, because I know everybody is probably so sick of seeing me. She was saying, like, I feel like people don't actually want to see my face everywhere, and they are literally being pushed and pushed to see my face in all of the marketing, in the memes, in all of the aftermath of everything that was going on. Margot Robbie felt imposter syndrome. Barbie herself felt imposter syndrome. And if Barbie herself can feel imposter syndrome, so can you. And really, at the end of the day, there is no way to break through this idea of success is not meant for me, I am not able to feel that, is then proving yourself wrong and learning the proper strategies in order to get you there, feeling more confident in actually what you are doing. At the end of the day, like I said, this is a mindset shift that is necessary in order to get there. And you don't have to solve it. Yet it doesn't have to go away. You just have to know how to break through that idea. That means that you are actually still taking action, that you are actually still working towards a different reality, working towards this big dream. Yes, I want to make 6 figures a year, and I don't really feel like it's possible, but I am still trying today. But I am still going after it today. But that is not going to stop me from taking action as if it is possible. That is really where we need it to go. Now, something I have always had ingrained in me in day one, and I really feel like it is a major mindset thing that has gotten me to where I am today at such a young age, doing all of these things. And I don't know what my parents did to ingrain this belief in me, but I truly don't believe that there is anything out there that I cannot accomplish, that's possible to accomplish, without enough success and proper information on the topic. Like, I don't know what that is. Call it delusion, call it confidence, call it privilege, whatever. I don't feel like there is anything out there that I can't accomplish. If I were to say, and it actually is something that I feel like has helped me in business so incredibly much, because I'm like, oh, like I could write a book, and people are like, oh my gosh, that's such a huge thing. Like, how are you even going to think about doing that? And I'm like, I don't know, but I'll figure it out. I don't know, but I'm going to start in stage 1 and I'm going to do it. When I wanted to build out my bus, if you don't know, I live in a little mini school bus. It's behind me in the videos. Always, you can take a peek at it. Sometimes you can see the inside of it in other videos. And when I wanted to do it, people were like, holy cow, how do you know how to do that? And I'm like, I don't, but I'm going to figure it out. And I watched YouTube videos. My dad is incredibly handy. I called people I knew. I asked my Instagram audience if they know. I used my resources in order to get out to the right people. I truly don't feel like there is anything out there that is for me that I really want to achieve that I can't that I couldn't without the proper hard work and proper knowledge in order to do it. And I think it's what has helped so much. And of course, we all have those days of imposter syndrome. And again, I have no idea how that ingrained in me, but it's something that I have found that is different in how I think about things than a lot of my clients, a lot of my friends, a lot of my colleagues. They're like, well, I don't even know how I would do that. And it allows it to cripple them, which I'm not saying I'm better than anybody else in this situation. I'm just saying that I feel like that is a mindset block that I think a lot of people, it is a reminder that is really helpful. And what I think of when I hear that is I say, why, if they can do it, why can't I? What is different in their life that I don't have? Nothing. We all have the same access to resources, at least like YouTube, you can find answers to anything. We all have access to hard work. We all have access to social media. We all have access to all of these things. What is it that they have access to that I can't do from a knowledge perspective, from a like actual practical implication? Of course, money comes into that, but there is nothing out there that somebody else is doing that I can't do without the proper resources, hard work, and information. And in having that, I like to almost check myself and say, what do they have that I can't do? And I find myself finding this imposter syndrome where I'm like, okay, I want to make X amount of dollars this year. Okay, I want to read a book. Okay, I don't feel like anybody would read my book. Maddie, why not? People read books every day. Why would people not read my book if they would read other people's book? Do I have information? Do I have knowledge? And I think what it is I have heard something a long time ago that I think really molded this is, in order to overcome imposter syndrome, in the moment, you have to be able to prove it to yourself that it is possible, that other people are doing it, that you do have the resources, and that thought that it isn't positive, it isn't helpful. In the moment of feeling it, you have to realize, that was a negative belief. Why do I feel that? And let's debunk it right now. And so every time imposter syndrome pops up in me, I think about this. I say, Maddie, there is nothing out there that with the proper information, resources, and hard work I cannot accomplish. There is nothing different than that person than it is for me. At the end of the day, this idea of like, I am not worthy for success, I am not worthy of my dream life. Do I actually deserve making $100,000 a year? Do I actually deserve having a business in Whole Foods and Anthropologie, whatever? So of course, everybody, Margot Robbie, Kim Kardashian, Taylor Swift, there are so many evidences, so many stories, so many interviews that point to the idea that even the biggest people in the world still have this imposter syndrome. It does not go away. We only can manage it. In things I do, I feel it pop up, and then I have my exercises in order to manage it. I feel like that mindset, that belief of everything I want to do is possible for me. So I really want to dive into the practical tips at the moment, the practical exercises at the moment that you can take in order to debunk this. Because right now, it's total hogwash. It is so false that you are telling yourself this, all right? It is literally, it breaks my heart when people say, you know, Maddie, I really want to do this, but I don't think it's possible for me. I really want this, but I don't think it's possible for me. I really want to achieve this, or I want to do this really cool big thing, or I have this really great idea, but I don't think it's possible for me. Because everything out there truly is if you just have the right information. I want to be that number one person in your corner in order to look at this and to say, oh my gosh, this is something that I actually can do. And it's actually something that my clients that work with me in my live programs, PTP, PSE, any of my programs that they work very closely with me, they say, Maddie, I feel this like new sense of confidence that anything I want to do actually is possible because I have the strategy and I know that it actually is. I have that mindset shift. And so I really want to go over some of the things because a lot of my coaching is actually mindset coaching, especially in the beginning, because people come to me and they say, Maddie, this is what I really want to do. And then they question themselves here. They doubt themselves here. They don't think what they're doing here is right. And I always question why. Why do you feel that? Why are you second guessing that? Because what you're doing is awesome. We just have to add it through a strategic lens. And a lot of business, especially at the beginning, and even my clients that are making $250,000, $500,000 a year in their product-based business, they have these doubts as well. Am I doing things right? And I'm like, yes, your marketing is incredible. They're like, is my content good enough? And I'm like, you're making $500,000 a year. Of course it's good enough. What do you mean? You're doing a great job. These questions don't go away. We just have to find out how to manage them in the moment. So let's discuss a couple of these strategies that I use and that I teach my clients to use in order to break through this idea that success isn't meant for people like you. First things first that we've already covered is asking yourself, why not me? What is it about me tangibly right now that would make it where I can't do that? And you'll say, well, I don't have it in me. Why not? Challenge yourself, challenge your beliefs, rewire your beliefs. Some major thing in therapy that they work through is debunk it in the moment that it comes up. If you're feeling like you don't belong in this friend group, why not? Are they acting as if they are? Is there evidence to the fact that you don't belong in that friend group? Is there evidence that they don't like you? No, there isn't. They keep inviting you back. They are talking to you. They're reaching out to you. There's no evidence to that. Is there evidence that, like actual tangible evidence that this belief that you are having is possible, is actually plausible? Is it that you haven't seen success yet? So there's plenty of people that literally struggled for 7 years to build their business. And in the 8th year, it blew up and it's a $1 billion company. I was listening to a podcast episode the other day on the Mel Robbins podcast. I love her. She's wonderful. I could not wait for her podcast to come out. And when I saw her release it, I was so excited. It was with the owner of IT Cosmetics, the former owner, the founder of IT Cosmetics. It's like Jamie Lee